Rent prices are about to shift in a way most people are not prepared for. Not because of a sudden crisis, but because of a series of chances that have been building quietly for months. And 2025 is when they all hit at the same time. So if you're renting, planning to move, or even thinking about buying, what's coming next year is going to shape your monthly budget, far more than any inflation headline or jobs report. So let's break down what's driving these rent shocks and why so many families are going to feel it early in the year. Rent didn't stay steady in 2024 because of the cost of housing got cheaper. It stayed steady because increases were delayed. Landlords held off raising rent during the election cycle. Insurance costs jumped, but many spread increases out slowly. Maintenance and appliances replacement costs rose, but were absorbed temporarily. Property taxes climbed sharply, but those costs don't show up until early 2025. So the calm of 2024 wasn't real. It was landlords holding the line to avoid losing tenants in an already tense year. That pause ends in 2025. Now let's talk about the pressures building beneath the surface with a real projection for 2025. Insurance costs are up to 15 to 30% in many states. Landlord insurance premiums rose sharply in 2024, especially in Florida, Texas, California, coastal regions. Most landlords didn't fully pass these increases through. In 2025, they will. Property taxes are rising 4% to 12% in many areas. Cities and counties reset taxes closer to the start of the year. These taxes increases go directly into rent calculations. New construction has slowed 35 to 40%. Less supply entering into the market equals more demand on all the units, equals higher prices. This slowdown is nationwide and it affects apartments, townhomes, build-to-rent communities. Demand is strong because buying a home is too expensive. With mortgage rates still high, many will-be buyers stay in the rental market. This creates more competition, especially in mid-price units. Delay increases are catching up. 2024 strategy was keep tenants, avoid turnovers, wait until next year. In 2025 strategy becomes recover losses, cover costs, adjust rent to match the new expenses. And now the projections. Industry estimates shows 5 to 8% increases in most cities. 8 to 12% increases in high-tax cities. 2 to 4% increases in markets with more supply. Some Sunbelt cities may see double-digit hikes due to insurance and taxes. These aren't dramatic spikes, but they are big enough to reshape household budgets. Here's what most renters can expect. Renewal notices arriving early than usual. Fewer discounts. Fewer move-in deals. Higher deposits and stricter approvals. Free few months promotions. More competitions for affordable units. In some markets, rent won't explode, but it will rise faster than it did in 2024, which is the big shift. There's a quiet issue building underneath the rent story. Many renters are already under pressure from rising credit cards balance, expensive car payments, insurance increases, higher everyday expenses. A rent increase of even $90 to $150 a month could be the breaking point for families already stretched thin. This is why the 2025 rent shock matters. It hits people who were just starting to stabilize. If your lease renews early in 2025, talk to your landlord now. You may lock in a smaller increases before insurance and taxes reset. Check if longer lease or mid-renewals are available. A 14 or 16-month lease could avoid peak increases. Compare the cost of moving versus staying. In 2025, moving might not save money unless you're changing cities. Start tracking your county's 2025 tax assessment. It gives a direct hint about your rent increases. Preparation is everything because once the new rates roll out, there is no negotiation backward. So yes, a rent shock is coming in 2025. Not the kind that makes headlines, but the kind that quietly reshapes budget and forces tough decisions. Knowing this now puts you ahead of most renters. And as this story develops, as more data on insurance, taxes, and housing supply comes out, I'll keep breaking it down so you know exactly what's coming next. Thank you for watching.